Hey guys, welcome back to Dirt and Pavement, probably one of the last videos of 2025, and here we have it. I have an insulated shop. Isn't that sweet? So I opted for the spray foam insulation because I heard a lot of good things about it, and right now it is working pretty good. I'm not super impressed with it though. It is keeping the shop warmer, but it did not lay down as thick as I want, and for the price I paid for it, a little disappointed, but whatever. At least we have spray foam in. The shop is staying warmer. Right now it feels like it's 50, 60, mid 60s in the shop, and it's 8 degrees outside, and it's keeping it nice and cozy in here. And I did make some upgrades to the wood burner too, and I'll get to that. So if I don't feel like it's warm enough in here, I might put down some fiberglass because spray foam does act as a moisture barrier. And that stuff isn't super duper expensive, so I don't mind spending the additional money, but we'll just have to do that another time because my shop funds are kind of dried on up. But now to address the elephant in the room, yes, I got the 504 in the shop and we can finally begin the tear down. I apologize, the shop is a mess right now, but I'm in the process of moving things from one shop to the other. So it is gonna get cleaned up here. And on this side of the shop right here, this bay is gonna be a workspace. Now I do have some nice things coming in the shop here soon to make this more of a nice man cave, but I'm probably not gonna install them until I get walls in, but we'll save that for another time. And right here, a little teaser for you guys. I know most of you guys are into the tractor content, but again, as if you saw my recap, I'm also a big Honda guy. I'm a big car guy as well. And I do have some new pistons coming in here, and I accidentally got some spray foam in the engine too, but that's okay. It just kind of bumps up the compression a little bit, you know, race car. But yeah, I do have some pistons ordered on the way because apparently when your wastegate fails and sends over 30 pounds of boost to your engine, your cast ring lands don't like that. But you know what? That's just truck driving. Surprised I didn't even bend one of these toothpick rods anyways. But yeah, big progress coming on the shop, and I'm excited. It's really hard to hold the camera like this. I'm like, I miss my tripod. It's lost in the mail right now because we had a blizzard. But here is the upgrade I made to the wood burner. I finally put a damper in, which, you know, should be common sense, but it just was one of those things I forgot to put in. But yeah, I finally got a damper in, so now we're not sending all the heat up the chimney. She's doing great. It's burning through wood a lot less slower. It's keeping a lot more heat in here. And I do need to put up some heat shielding on the walls, but I'm not in a super big rush yet because I got to clean all this other stuff up here. And this really isn't burning as hot as I thought I would. As you can tell, I got the workbench in here, and I knew it would be a close fit. This is only 2 to 3 feet separation right here. But as you can tell, this thing is not emitting enough heat for it to even flash the wood on fire. So I will set up an actual barrier here once this is all legit and hokey-dory, but really won't be able to do that till I get walls in. And that's probably something we're gonna do later this winter or even maybe in the summer. But I know a lot of you guys are worried for me, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna burn my shop down. As you can tell, I can put my hand on the spray foam here. It's fine. And I also have a fan blowing, so heat burning the shop down right now. I'm not that worried about it. Knock on wood. And as you can tell, I didn't even fully insulate everything yet. So the dew doors, with terrible rubber seals on the bottom, as you can tell from the snow coming in, they are obviously not insulated yet. I will be putting up foam board on those. And right here, these 2 walls, I did not insulate as well, because what's gonna end up happening is this is gonna get an air conditioning unit and modification. So I'm just not gonna insulate this until a later date. And that's gonna be a doorway eventually. So I decided to just leave those 2 alone and save the insulation for elsewheres. And as you can tell too, up on the top corners there, I didn't bother insulating those as well. Those are like the little overhangs, the little, what do you call it, the gable overhang? I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, you know, like what the soffit sits on? I digress. I'm gonna be boarding those up when I put the walls in. So this shop isn't exactly airtight, which is a good thing. You wanted some breathability, but no. So there's still a lot of heat being lost, especially up there, because heat goes up. And as it's going up that roof and all of a sudden it's hitting an area no insulation, I'm probably losing a lot of heat up there, but I digress. The shop is still a lot more cozy than it was when it was just pure wood. And no, the shop floors aren't insulated. This pad is poured in like the 70s or the 80s, so you know, what do you expect? You know, just work with what you got. But yeah, there we have it. And here's the workbench right here. Pretty sweet. I'm glad I got her in. I will make a video of me digging through. Okay, that's just not gonna open. of me digging through. Okay, I'm just not going to open any of these, I guess. Of me digging through all these drawers and whatnot. I have the other drawers in the other shop, and I do need to make some repairs too because the auction got a little rowdy with the skid steer and broke some of the drawer holders. But hey, I mean, I got there 2 hours late anyway, so I'll just consider that my karma. But yeah, one of the coolest things I found in here was this old Snap-on, trigger discipline, old Snap-on air drill. Never seen something like this, so yeah, this is pretty sweet. I don't know, I might keep that, or it might just be something I put on eBay, but it's a cool little piece of history, I guess. And I can't remember what drawer it's in. My goodness. So what happened is I brought this in when it was wet, and I bet you all the drawers are actually frozen into place right now. That's probably what's going on. So just need to be in the shop all day one day and let the wood heat actually thaw her out, literally. But there's a lot of cool goodies in here. And in fact, this one drawer was full of this gasket material, and it's like asbestos gasket material, which is kind of wild to me. But, you know, I guess it just really shows the age of some of the stuff I have in here, as well as some old Fairbanks Morse hit and miss engine parts, you know, regulators for like oxyacetylene, and one's marked as leaking for some reason. I don't know why you'd want to keep that. I don't know if these are rebuildable, but yeah, leaks. So yeah, good. It's good to know. Don't use that. But yeah, I mean, these are some older units for sure. I mean, just look at that Craftsman logo. But all sorts of good stuff. And it even came with a little sniffer too, a little leak tester. So if we do install any of those fittings one day, I can bring up a leak tester to it and see if it has any leaks. So yeah, kind of a all-in-one package, I suppose. But anyways, guys, here's the new shop. I was gonna start restoring the 504, start the restoration process of the 504 in this video, but I think I'm gonna save that for a separate video. And the reason I do that is because at the end of the day, I know I'm doing YouTube for myself, but people click on these videos to see the tractor being restored or me working on cars, and a lot of people really aren't interested in the shop, which is okay. I understand. I'm gonna be honest. If I was watching a YouTuber and he was showing his new shop, I probably wouldn't be that inclined to click on it. But I am making this video for those of you as well as for myself, because I like to document my life as it goes on. And I know 10, 20, 30 years in the future right now, heck, maybe even at my funeral, this video will be playing. So it's fun to document stuff. But yeah, anyways, guys, making progress on the shop, and Dirt and Pavement is finally starting to go somewhere. I am really excited because insulating a shop means a lot of great things are going to happen. And plus, it just makes working in a shop environment a lot easier, especially in the summer when the corn sweat sets in. Yep, I do have some AC units ready to be installed. And speaking of that, I also will be installing external conduit in the shop here. I do have a 200 amp service right outside that wall there, so I'll be able to set up a whole bunch of 20 amp breakers in here and even a 60 amp welding outlet in here as well. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see me make those upgrades to the shop, because I will, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. I will say though, if you're doing spray foam, definitely wear some gloves, and don't wear rubber gloves because it'll build up like a big ball on your gloves. It'll go on your arm and it'll just completely destroy your arm hairs, because then the rubber gloves will rip, it'll get on your hands, and it'll get everywhere. If you wear some big thick leather gloves like this, you'll be fine, because these can't really rip. And yeah, it got all over my arm, and it just, we had to shave it. I got some girly arms right now just because the spray foam was that bad. Checking on the fire now here. This thing, again, is burning so much more efficiently than it used to. It's awesome. Before, it would just send all that heat up the chimney. Yeah, let's throw that wet wood in there. That's good for it. But yeah, sweet. But thank you guys for clicking on the video. I'm really missing my tripod right now. The progress on the 504 is about to start. I'm gonna make this its own dedicated video of just the shop being toured, for lack of better words, and the progress thus far. The rest of the night here, I think I'm gonna spend the time cleaning up the shop, getting a nice workbench. This is the problem. This is a 15-foot workbench, and it's already full of stuff from end to end. Like, I got a huge workbench so I'd have as much workspace as possible, and I still have junk everywhere, but yeah, that's truck driving. Anyways, guys, if you really enjoyed the video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button, and as soon as I clean up the shop tonight, I might even start tearing apart the 504. By the time you guys are watching this video, I have already started progress on tearing apart the 504. Can't beat that wood heat. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Can't drive that home enough. And if it wasn't for viewers like you, we wouldn't have a nice, insulated, cool workspace to work on fun stuff and just have a good time. Stay tuned for more 504 restoration content, and y'all have a good one.